So further Krishna says, Buddhi yukto jahati ha ubhe skruta dushkrute tasmad yogaya yujjasva yoga karma sukaushadam. A man engaged in devotional service rids himself of both good and bad actions even in this life. Therefore, strive for yoga, O Arjuna, which is the art of all work. Yoga karmasu kaushadam. Very nice. Krishna is telling the art of all work is connecting ourselves with Supreme Lord Krishna. Whatever we may do, we have to do for the pleasure of Lord Krishna. In this way, we can rid ourselves of both good and bad actions even in this life. Further, Krishna says, Karmajam buddhi yukta hi phalam tektva manishinaha janma bandha vinirmukta padam gacchantya. The wise engaged in devotional service take refuge in the Lord and free themselves from the cycle of birth and death by renouncing the fruits of action in the material world. In this way, they can attain to that state beyond all miseries. Actually, as long as we live in this material world, in this material body, there are laws of karma. Every second we are performing actions. There may be good actions, which is called Punya karma, there may be bad actions which is called Papa karma, and Buddhi Yoga, acting in devotional service, is called Akarma. All these things will be nicely described by Lord Krishna in the 3rd chapter. So, those who are wise, they will always act in Buddhi Yoga, so that they will not be bound up by the reactions of work. Both good action and bad action, both will produce reactions. And to experience the reactions, one has to take birth again. In that way, we become bound by actions and reactions, and we'll have to keep taking birth and dying again and again and again. Only by Buddhi Yoga we can get out of this cycle of birth and death. So that will be more clearly described in upcoming chapters. So Krishna says, Yada te moha kalinam buddhir vyatitarishyati tada gantasi nirvedam shrotavyasya shrutasya cha. When your intelligence has passed out of the dense forest of delusion, you shall become indifferent to all that has been heard and all that is to be heard. So Krishna is clearly explaining that this material world is full of illusion. Material energy is so powerful that it makes us forget our relationship with the Supreme Lord, make us forget our true identity as part and parcel of Krishna. So, because of this illusion, we are wandering in different species of life and different planets, trying to enjoy material pleasures. Those who are intelligent, they pass out of this dense darkness of illusion and dense forest of the illusion, and they will be wherever they are. They are not bewildered by so-called happiness and distress of this material world. They are fixed in their aim, and they perform only devotional activities. Then Shruti vipratipanna te yada stasyati nishchala samadhavachala buddhis tada yogam avapsyasi. When your mind is no longer disturbed by the flowery language of the Vedas, and when it remains fixed in the trance of self-realization, then you will have attained the divine consciousness. So, very clearly Krishna is telling that one has to rise above the flowery language of the Vedas. One should not be attracted by the so-called yajnas and homas which will give one resultant birth in heavenly planets, so-called good birth and opulence and wealth. There are many yajnas, many people, they worship Durga and they want wealth and good progeny. These kind of flowery yajnas and homas recommended in the Vedas, they're all for less intelligent people, because we are not the body, and as long as we have the body, we keep suffering. So Krishna is telling you should get out of this body, you should get liberated and be situated in your eternal position in the spiritual world. That is the aim of life, not enjoying very so-called illusory material pleasures and suffer in this material world. So intelligent people, they will not be attracted by these material pleasures recommended in the Vedas. They fix their consciousness upon the Supreme Lord, they worship the Supreme Lord, by learning the art of bhakti under the guidance of a pure devotee and spiritual master. In that way, one will gradually elevate and then get liberated and situated in his true Swarupa, one's original constitutional position as an eternal servant of Krishna.